like the way he performs better at 168, but he can't get the fight with Canelo. So what can you do? You're forced to go up to fight Bivol, and I believe that Bivol beats him. And Beterbiev, I think he'll probably get knocked out by him because he got so much balls that he's gonna stay there and trade with Beterbiev. So I don't like him at that weight, but I don't know.
And he's a big guy. I think there are, stories about him sparring Bivol, and David said he dominated the sparring, but that's all on his side, right? It's not from Bivol's camp.
Well, see, I didn't know that, so maybe I have to retract what I said. I didn't know that.
I mean, he's a big guy who's come down and gone up in weight all his career. I mean, his whole life since he was young, even sparring with Golovkin and other great fighters throughout his.
But he's not too disciplined though. I heard with the alcohol and the drugs. So that's one thing that concerns me as well. That'll catch up to you, as you get older.
Yeah, Johnny boy. Even based off of Bivol's last fight, you still feel that way?
Well, I like the way Bivol, but I'm such a fan because what he did to Canelo. Because I like boxers. I don't like waiting and hoping for one punch knockout. So that I like his style. But what was the last fight that Bivol had?
Against Zinad in the 5v5.
Oh, yeah, recently just now. Yeah, he was okay. I only saw the highlights. I didn't even see the whole fight.
He knocked him out.
Okay. But and he doesn't even have that power, right? He doesn't even have power to be. So he looked impressive.
I agree with you that his style is unique. I mean, he's like a Mexican fighter mixed with Russian, man. That's what his style.
I like the bouncing.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty dope. But Koopa, what do you think, man? Is he beating these two guys? Is he beating Beterbiev? Is he beating Bivol?
I don't know, but I still want to see Benavidez in the ring. Yeah, I get it. He didn't knock him out, but I enjoy Benavidez. He throws combinations often. He throws them a lot. So it's just really nice to see from a entertainment perspective. Like, you never know. He might catch Beterbiev with one of them boys, but I don't think he has concussive power. But like, he active, man. He active. He might give him a hard time. Bivol. I mean, or Bivol and Beterbiev. I want the fights to be made, and I want to see it play out. So that's really all I care about. I enjoyed the performance because it gave me something to watch for 12 rounds. Yeah, he didn't get him out of there. I think a lot of people are making fun of him for not getting him out of there because he wants Canelo. But I'm like, I think it was a performance that would invite Canelo to possibly try to make a fight with him later. But I want to see him in there with Bivol and Beterbiev a lot sooner than later.
Okay, so if you were him, you'd stay up at 175, or you'd go down?
I would say wherever the best opportunity is. I mean, if Canelo wants to fight him at 168, sure, but that's the only reason why he should go down to 168. I think he should stay at 175 and fight someone.
If I'm him, I'm fighting Canelo at a catch weight. Canelo, you got to come up to me if you want to fight me now. At this point, you're gonna make your money, but I'm not about to
only do that if he gets the belts.
You're right. You're right. But then also, people get mad at Benavidez fight, talking about he ain't got no power, right? But to me, honestly, bro, I like what I seen. 12 rounds, pressure, them combos. Keizo, what I was saying during the fight. What I say, bro, it looked like he throwing some Roy Jones type punches and stuff. And what'd you say? He in camp with Roy Jones. I didn't even know that. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention at the time. But people can't say that his power don't translate because he couldn't knock out somebody at 175. So he can't knock out Canelo. Did Bivol knock out Canelo to beat him? Or am I missing something?
No.
You know what I'm saying? He throws his punches. He throws his punches, and not to mention he had a cut, and he was still boxing with the cut. Mm-hmm. And like Cooper say, bro,
that shit impressed me, man.
I like the fight. I was impressed. He just moving up, bro. I don't expect people to move up and get a 3-round knockout. And then you say he don't knock out Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant got the biggest ring in boxing history, so he could run around it.
Bro, like,
let's not forget how big that ring was. Go watch the fight again and just look at the ring.
Yeah, I remember. And the ref was on his side. We talked about it last time.
The ring was the size of a hotel conference room, bro.
So, Blueprint.
I think this just says more about Vazdik's spin than Benavidez's power because he was catching crazy combos and he stayed in there all 12 rounds. So, I mean, it's nothing against Benavidez. Everybody's looking for the knockout. It's so important to everybody. But, like, at the end of the day, if you win the fight, you win the fight. Knocking somebody out only matters so much to me. So, you know, I think.
So
All right.
Go ahead, Johnny.
No, so Bivol, and that's how I said Bivol or Benavidez. Who you think will take that?
Based off of Bivol's last fight, I feel like Benavidez will probably take it, honestly. And I love Bivol's style. Like I love his jab. I love like his defense. I think he fights like very, very smart. But just based off the last fight, I don't know how much that'll like help him.
Plus, bro, Canelo gets cornered. Canelo gets cornered and starts taking shots like this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Benavidez puts his arms up too, but he's not stepping back, man. He's going to be moving forward the whole time against Bivol. We're going to see Bivol be on the back foot for one of the first times we've seen him fight completely off the back foot.
Bivol, Benavidez, I think it's one of those we got to see what Bivol do against somebody who's just going to be in his face. You know, Bivol, of course, Bivol going to win the first 4 or 5 rounds. But once you know Benavidez settle in, Bivol, what you gonna like? Yes, we know you're a fundamental fighter. You know you're a tactician, but what you gonna do? Like once he really start coming, we really gonna see what his boxing skill is and what his IQ level is.
Mm-hmm. So Blueprint,
I think it's one of those things.
Blueprint, what do you think?
You know that man name now.
Y'all must have got Roy Jones. Roy.
Yeah, it was Roy.
I was impressed with David Benavidez, man. He was his defense looked really good. You know, combinations were great. I mean, he was picking them apart. It's just them dudes from Ukraine, man. They're tough son of a bitch.
Different. Yeah.
You know, he did have a cut on his left eye. I didn't notice it until about maybe like the 6th round when they did a close up, and I was like, holy shit, does he have a cut? You know, and me and some of the people that I was watching it with, you know, we're talking, man, he has more balls than Fury, you know, because Fury had a gash over his eye and he had to postpone their fight with Usyk. Mm-hmm. And, you know, maybe, you know, the cuts were a little bit different and, you know, maybe bigger or smaller, but, you know, he did great, man. He didn't knock him out. I was expecting a knockout, but I think the media overhyped and Mike Tyson overhyped David Benavidez as being like the big Mexican monster and knocking people out, this and that, when he's more of a volume puncher than a power puncher. And don't get me wrong, he has power. It's just, you know, it's not one punch knockout power. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I agree with that. That's true.
You know, laying on you, pushing you back. It, you know, it takes a toll after a few rounds.
But that's what I like, bro.
He one of those. This how I explain Benavidez. This how I explain Benavidez. Besides the Bud fight, Benavidez is like a Errol Spence times 10. The way he break down your body, you know what I'm saying. The way he come in, he's just gonna break you down, and he's just gonna sit in there and throw and slug. And then, like you said about the Ukrainians, bro. The Ukrainians nowadays, they are like the old school Mexican fighters. They not going down for nothing. You got to damn near body slam them to put them down on the mat. They're not going down.
So Keizo, what do you think about Benavidez, man? Do you think he should stay up or go down?
I mean, it really doesn't matter what he does, bro. He's #1 mandatory at 2 different weight classes in the WBC. I try to.
He just stuck right now, to be honest.
As of right now, he's only getting better. And sorry, I gotta say this, but Canelo's only getting worse. So I think David Benavidez will beat the fuck out of Canelo after what I just saw. Like, I'm not really looking for the knockout because, once again, the only guy to knock Gazdik out is the only champ in boxing with 100% KO ratio. So I'm not really overhyping a knockout.
Beterbiev.
It's a UD over, like, what the fuck is Gazdik, a 2-time Olympian and a fucking 2-time bronze medalist? Like, I'm not really overhyping anything, but I really don't want to see him fight Bivol and Beterbiev as of right now. I'd rather see him fight Willie Hutchinson from Queensberry and then like see how he feels at the weight and then go after them. But I'm not really too much
And
looking
he
for a
might have
Canelo
time.
fight.
He might have time to do that
Yeah.
because it's a while for Beterbiev and Bivol to fight, and then they might even want a rematch clause. We don't know. But
Bro,
that's